Hey everybody, it's Dave. Just here to show you my um, chart switcher program. We're just releasing. The reason I brought this, we've been building this for a couple of years now, my programmer and I. And the reason I really wanted to bring this to play is because when you're looking at different charts, like the Aussie CAD here, for an example. Um, it's okay to look at it in one time frame, but to know what the other time frames are doing is very important. And the traditional way is to flip through the time frames to see what they're doing. You can draw your lines and levels and so on and so forth, and then work your way back down to maybe your entry signal on a 5 minute or whatever your main entry chart is. And you'd have to do this for as many pairs as you had. So if you had you know uh, many pairs, then it became a problem to see what they were. So you'd have to go to the euro dollar and do the same thing for. So I asked my programmer and we kind of worked together on this, and I said I'd like just a program where I could have a bird's eye view of every time frame that I wanted on a single pair. So we developed this um, indicator. It goes into your indicator folder, and basically we drop it onto the indicator folder, um, and there it is. And we pull up. So we reduce that chart and bring up a couple other charts. Let's minimize that one a little bit. Let's pull this one up. There we go. So we now have three different charts, three different time frames. We have the 5 minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour. So on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, I'm just going to drop the slave on here. Say OK, and drop it onto the other chart as well. Say OK to that. Now you can have whatever templates you want on here. You can add this to your templates. If you have a different one for your hourly or your 4 hour or your daily, and you can adjust all of these levels here. So for an example, I can now look at the EJ and you can see that it does all the EJs. I can look at the AU and it's giving me a bird's eye perspective of a fairly long time frame. We're talking 44 4-hour candles, or obviously you can reduce this to give you a higher time frame as well. And you can add more to this. So for an example, if I go in and go to indicators list and I edit it, I've already got a couple of presets, so I can look. So instead of having it on the side here, I can put in my pairs and say OK to that, and that'll put all the pairs there on the bottom. So I'm looking at the Aussie CAD, the Aussie yen, the euro dollar, euro yen. So it gives you a better perspective of, and you can make this bigger, smaller. You want to add another time frame in here, so we can just add a new chart in here. Doesn't matter what the chart is, we can put it in that window there, resize it, drop it down in here. I think that'll do it there. No, over a bit more. And then we just drop the chart shifter on there again, the slave, and now you can put whatever template on here you want to throw on here. So we'll just throw well, I don't know. We'll just throw this one on there. So, and then we can change the time frame to 30 minutes. So, you know, or we can change this one to 30 minute and this one to 1 hour. So now what you have is, oh, did I put it in here? No, I didn't drop it in there. Hang on here. And now you can see that we can minimize this here, and then we can go to, and it changes it for all of them. So now I've got a 5 minute, 30 minute, 4 hour. You want to change that to a daily, so you can see, you can draw your lines on there. And that way it gives you a bird's eye perspective of whatever pairs you want to look at. The Nikkei, so we can look at the DAX there, and I mustn't have that one loaded. But whatever pairs you don't have in here, like for an example, if I don't have the Nikkei in my market watch list, which it's not in here, so you're best to go in and show all, and then then you can go to the Nikkei, and once it's built, it'll build it first here. There you go. And you can see how quickly it moves back and forth in between all of the different charts. Okay. If you're interested in it, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to work with you on it. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye now.